Hello everybody and welcome back to Gaming on Caffeine. My name is Isaac and we are back playing some FTB Infinity for episode 33, I think. I completely forgot what episode number one. Now I'm going to say 33, I'm going to stick with it. Last episode, we started doing a little bit more Thaumcraft, and since the end of last episode, I've gone ahead and rearranged a few things. You'll notice that I've moved the Crucible and the research table from over here to over here to make room for a couple more jars, which I have gone ahead and assigned my golem to. Somebody did say that we don't actually have to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway because I know it works, so I'm sorry. You might not have to do that. You might not have to assign them. Apparently, he will just automatically go to any nearby jars. Haven't tested it, but you can go ahead and test it out for yourself if you so wish. And we've also made this little room over here, which is very much so a tiny little room, which we're going to use before the end of the episode. And I've also made this one over here. No idea what in the world is going to go in there just yet, but for symmetry's sake, I'm going to go ahead and make a room exactly like this, but over here, and we'll figure out something to do with it later on in the series. Now, at the end of last episode, we said we needed to make a tier 4 altar from blood magic in order to progress on with what I wanted to do, and we made ourselves these 4 elemental inscription tools of earth, water, fire, and air. Now, what we're going to use those for is to perform the ritual of the binding on a diamond sword to make ourselves a bound blade. The bound blade will then allow us to acquire some of the blood shards, I think they're called. Let's do a quick check here. We're typing bloodstone. These are what we need. We need 4 of these bloodstones, and you can see the 1 weak blood shard. By the way, if this happens to you and everything's sort of highlighted, just double-click NEI and it goes away and comes back. I know a lot of people have that problem and don't know how to fix it. That's how you do that. But we need these blood shards, and these are got by killing any hostile mob with a bound blade. And as you can see here, we only need 1 of them in order to get 32 of these large bloodstone bricks. And once you have 1 of them, it's actually fairly easy to duplicate them. If we have a look here, you can make 5 of them by combining 1 of them with any type of blood orb and an imbued slate, which is kind of tricky to make. It requires a tier 3 altar, but for us is kind of fine right now. So the first thing we're going to do in our quest to get the binding ritual complete is we're going to make ourselves a ritual, this guy, the ritual diviner. This thing is not necessary. You don't actually need this to make it work, but it makes things really, 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 really easy. So let's grab one of these. Super easy to make. We'll throw that in there. We are missing some diamonds. However, the quarry has been running for quite some time now, so I'm like 80% certain that we should have some. Yes, we do. We have 10. Nice. I will take those as well as a stack of rubies. Apparently, we should really empty that out at some point, and we should really even connect it up to our AE system, but that's fine. We'll throw all of those in there, and we'll get ourselves this guy, the Ritual Diviner. Nice. Once we've got this, the next thing that we're going to need in order to perform the ritual are, and I keep forgetting the names of these things, some ritual stones. I keep wanting to call them slates. They're not called slates. They're called ritual stones. Now, for the ritual of the binding, we are going to need 24 of these ritual stones, as well as 1 master ritual stone. However, in order to make the ritual stone, we need a more advanced blood orb. If we look here and just wait a little while, you'll notice that our blood orb, the default weak blood orb, doesn't come up in the rotation. I believe the easiest one to make is the magician's blood orb. This one here, which is made by putting a block of gold into a blood altar and giving it 25,000 life points. Now, you'll know that number there. That's not how you spell gold at all, Isaac. You'll know that number 25,000 is much, much higher than our current capacity in our blood altar. Ours can currently only hold 10,000. So, what we're going to have to do here, if we right-click, you'll see it's at capacity. But what we're going to have to do is put the gold in there and then constantly keep killing villagers to keep the thing full whilst it's absorbing all of the blood. And hopefully, we'll be able to keep up with it. You currently have redstone turned on. This thing just kind of decides when and if it wants to work. Sometimes it works. Sometimes I'll come back on and the game will just be laggy as all heck and the room will just be full of villagers and it's just kind of insane. I've had a lot of people tell me to automate this. Unfortunately, guys, you cannot automate the Dagger of Sacrifice here. You have to be the one to do it. If you try and automate it with like an autonomous activator or anything like that, it just straight doesn't work. Is this should work, right? You gonna work for me, please? Maybe? No? Oh, okay, can I get rid of this? I don't even know, you know. Sometimes I don't even know. Anyway, what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to throw this into here. It's going to start absorbing blood like it is nobody's business. You can see it's draining pretty freaking fast. Hopefully, those villagers get here in time for me to not have to give it too much blood. And I don't think they are, because this thing is just draining the amount of life points we have here. So we are going to end up using a little bit of an excess amount. Come on, get over here. Yeah, see, we're almost out. Come on. There we go. That worked. Okay, this is good. This is good. Each one of these provides us 2,000 life points. Look at this, like, nice steady stream of villagers we have here. It's absolutely lovely. How are we doing? We're up to 9,000 again. I absolutely love it. This shouldn't take too long, guys. And voila. Look at that. Boom. Let's see if we can get it out there. There we go. Magician's Blood Mode. Nice. So, let's go ahead and take this guy. We are going to need to get some blood into this thing for later on in the episode, and we'll get to that a little bit later on down the line. But for now, we can go ahead and throw this in here, and we can get ourselves a bunch of these ritual stones. Now, like I said, we need... Oh, okay. We need more of these blank slates. You'll see I made reinforced blank slates. Really easy to make. These are just... I think we saw them last episode. If you just leave a normal slate in the altar for long enough, it will turn into a reinforced slate. So, we're going to go ahead and make a few of these. Now, to make the Master Ritual Stone, you just need another 4 and more. It's the same recipe, but just instead of slates, you use Ritual Stones. So I'm going to grab all of these. That gets us 28. We'll use 4 for this. Look at that. It's as if I was prepared for this. Not quite sure if all rituals use 24. I don't think they do. I think some require more, some require less. But the Ritual of the Binding does, in fact, require 24 of these Ritual Stones. And now, all we have to do is head on outside and try and set this thing up. So I'm going to go sleep because it's dark outside. And I do not like wandering around when it's dark outside. So we're going to go and sleep for a little bit. And once the day comes, like so, we're going to go set this up. So with the Divining Rod, this thing is super easy to set up. If you don't have the Divining Rod, the Ritual Diviner, I'm probably going to keep calling it the Divining Rod. I do apologize. If you don't have this, you have to set it up by hand. But all you have to do is stick down the Master Ritual Stone in the middle, like so. Shift right click on the Ritual Diviner until you get to the ritual that you want to do. In our case, the Ritual of the Binding. And then simply just right click on this thing over and over and over again. And you'll notice that, oh, there is a creeper over there. That is one thing you will definitely notice if you happen to be paying attention. Now, how much blood do we have in our system? I don't know if we have to have a certain amount of blood on us in order to make this work, but we should just be able to continually right click on here. It says Ritual turned to phase. What? Okay, make sure there's no grass around you. For some reason that doesn't work. But then if you just hold this down, you'll notice it's putting all the runes down. It's taking them out of my inventory and placing them down in their specific spots. And if we do this for long enough, it's going to use them all. And this is what the ritual looks like. So if you didn't have the Diviner and you just had the 4 inscription tools over here, you could place the runes down like this. So, you know, put them in a circle, put them up like this, and then just use the different colors to color the runes yourself. That would work just fine. But using this Ritual of the Binding works so much easier. I love it. And this is how it looks. So what we have to do now is we have to activate this ritual, which does require quite a bit of blood in our blood system, which is why I was talking about that earlier on. And we also have to go ahead and throw a diamond sword in there. So, in order to activate it, we're going to need a weak activation crystal, which is a bit of a pain to make. It does require a tier 3 altar, I believe. And we're also going to need a diamond sword. So, I'm hoping we have enough diamonds for this episode, although I didn't really count beforehand, so we might not. But I think we do. If we don't, I'm going to feel a real fool about making that Ritual of the Binding Rod. But hopefully we should. And I'm going to keep that. And then if we go ahead and type in weak activation crystal, you'll see we need this guy over here. This thing is made by putting a lava crystal into a tier 3 blood altar and giving it 10,000 life points. The lava crystal is made using 3 buckets of lava, any blood orb you want, a diamond, 2 obsidian, and 2 glass. We have pretty much everything apart from the buckets of lava, but we do have 3 buckets, so we can just run over here to our unlimited lava source, and we're pretty much good to go. I love it. We'll throw those into here. Boom, boom, and boom. Gets us a lava crystal. Let's head on back down, see how much blood we have in our altar. We should be easily able to get that back up to 10,000 because we have a few villagers left over. So, let's kill 1 or 2 of... Where did I put my sword? I put it back in the system, is where I put it. Let's kill 1 or 2 of these guys. Come on, get on there. There we go. Kill a few of those guys, and then we'll stick that thing in there. And again, a little while later, we have ourselves a weak activation crystal. Look at that. Boom. I'm going to take that guy, and I'm going to throw my Magician's Blood Orb in here for a while, and try and fill that thing up. So if we just right-click on ourselves, we should... Oh, no, we need to bind that to ourselves first. Just to bind it, just right-click like that. And if we look now, we should see that we are gaining life points within our own little kind of personal life point set of life points, I guess. That was kind of the worst way I could have possibly worded that. But I'm going to go ahead and fill this thing up with quite a few more life points, pretty much to max capacity, which I think is around 20, maybe 25,000. And I'll come back and meet you guys outside to activate this ritual. Okay, so I thought 30,000 was our cap, but apparently, if we go ahead and right-click the Division Sigil, apparently it's not. We can store upwards of 34,000. However, I went ahead and stopped because I knew we didn't need anywhere near more than that. So, now that we've got enough blood, we can go ahead and right-click the activation crystal to kind of bind it to us. And if you hover over there, it does say current owner, now gaming on caffeine. And what we can do is we can go ahead and right-click this. You're going to see this red circle, throw down the diamond sword, and then move, because lightning is going to strike on all of these kind of tops. And then once it's done, the ritual will be complete. Please don't hit me. Make sure you have some decent armor when you do this. Look at that. We got ourselves a bound blade. Lovely. This thing is pretty cool. You need to shift right click, I believe, to activate it. There we go. And once it's activated, it does consume life points every time you kill something with it. I think even every time you hit something with it. So do be careful on that side. We did lose some life points activating that ritual as expected. It looks like about 5,000. So make sure you have at least 5,000 when you try and use this thing. I'm going to leave that there for now. We can pick this up and use it for other rituals later on, which we definitely will do. But for the time being, I'm just going to leave that there. And now, I'm not quite sure if it works with passive mobs. I don't think it does. I think it has to be hostile only. So, what we might have to do here is kind of cut away and then go through. Yeah, it doesn't look... Oh, gosh, that's a horrible sound that horse made. Let's have a look in our... let's go find some stuff in our... mob spawner. Let's go have a look. Whilst we wait for night, let's do a quick checkup in here. There are a few guys ready to be swindled. So let's just do a bit of mob killing. Let's see if we can get ourselves. Oh, jeez. I don't like those concussive creepers. They flipping teleport you all over the place. Let's try that again. We should be able to just kill mobs with this. If you notice, we did lose some life points there. We're down to 2,800 from 2,900, but this thing is pretty strong. So it should be capable of killing mobs fairly quickly. And look at that. There's a blood shard. Let's grab it. Let's grab it. I'm going to take it. Oh, please don't. Nope. Okay, just stop. Stop. Please stop. Stop. Don't kill me. Let me out. The flipping fans. There we go. All right. Let's cover that up before someone escapes. No, my friend, you are not leaving. And we now have ourselves 1 weak shard. We are going to need more in the future, but for now, one will be fine. Let's go ahead and just deactivate that for the time being, just for safety's sake. And if we were to go ahead and grab ourselves some smooth stone, which we actually don't have, and I'm going to go ahead and make real quick. We only need the one. We should be able to get all the stuff we need for the tier 4 altars. So, we'll throw you there. We'll throw you there. And basically, you'll see we got 28 blood runes here. We need 28 blood runes to upgrade this tier 3 to a tier 4. And it is very similar to the last upgrade. Basically, all we have to do, move everything up 1. And then again, go out and down 1. So the next set is kind of going to be like this. Here, 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 and there. With some around, actually, I think there as well. With some here, 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 and kind of just round like this, and then again up here. And when we connect this up, we should have just enough. Oh, geez, I think I may have underestimated how many of these we need. It looks like we might need a few more. Either that or I've done this wrong. I don't think I have. So I think we may, in fact, need a few more of these ritual stones. It looks like this. We're going to go ahead and move this one up 1. And then we're going to have pillars in the side. I'm going to make them of glass again. Again, they can be made of anything with some bloodstone on the top. So I'm going to go away, guys. I'm going to make this thing, and I'll be back in a second. And a little while later, we have ourselves a tier 4 blood magic altar. Look at this thing. If we go ahead and right click, boom, altar's current tier is 4. So I was right, by the way, about only needing 28 of these blood runes. It turns out you don't have to go all the way up to the corners. Just kind of looks like this. You need glass that goes at least, it doesn't have to be glass, again, 5 blocks off. I don't know if it matters if you have something there. Let me check real quick. It doesn't matter at all. You can have something there or not. However, I do think it matters if you don't have that glass there. If we were to check again, yeah, we're back down to tier 3. So make sure you have some form of block here. I think I could have put anything instead of glass, and then the blood runes, not the blood runes, the large bloodstone blocks right on the top there. So now we have ourselves a tier 4 blood magic altar. Again, we're only using normal runes at the moment, so this thing can still only hold 10,000 blood. Again, we will go ahead and upgrade that at some point, but for now, gonna throw that back in there, gonna spawn a bunch more villagers, because now that we have a tier 4 blood altar, we can finally get the item that I wanted to make, and that is the Teleposer. This guy over here is pretty cool, and in order to make it, it's fairly cheap if you have a tier 4 blood altar. It requires 6 gold, 2 ender pearls, and a teleposition focus, the weakest form of the teleposition focus, requiring just an ender pearl in a tier 4 blood altar with 2,000 life points. So we're going to go ahead and grab 2 of these. Actually, we're going to grab 4, and you'll see why in just a second. And basically, we're going to go ahead and do what we've done before. Throw these in here, like that. 1, kill a bunch of villagers. Look at this. Get out of here. Get out of here. Shouldn't take too long. I'm going to go ahead and get all of these. Actually, I'll wait a second here and show you the transformation. Look at that, it's done. So I'm going to go ahead and get the other 3, and I'll be back in a second. And once we've got all 4 of those, we're going to use 2 of these to make 2 teleposers, and then the other 2 will have another use that we'll get to in just a second. So basically, what these teleposers do, I guess for those who don't know, is you can put 2 of them down, like I guess here, and depending on which focus you use, you'll notice there are 4 different teleposition focuses. It will determine how much of an area above the teleposer you can move from one place to another. So right now, using this basic teleposition focus, the one that's made just using the tier 4 altar, you can see some more expensive ones are a little bit more pricey, requiring something like the blood shard or just 10,000 life points in a tier 4 altar. But this basic one will allow us to move 1 block. So for instance, I could move this block from here to here. If I set it up right, I can move that bloodstone block from this teleposer over to this teleposer, which might not seem like that cool of an idea when you do it on this smaller scale, but the really cool thing about these little nifty blocks is that we can use them to move aura nodes, which is exactly what we're going to do, and it's going to make our lives so much easier when it comes to running around all over the place to charge up our wand. If we want to get ourselves some more air, some more predito, anything like that, instead of having to run around to find the aura nodes, we will have them in this little room over here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick that down like that, and then in order to link the teleposition here, what we have to do is right-click with the teleposition focus on this teleposer, and if we hover over it now, it shows the coordinates of this teleposer, and then all we gotta do is, first of all, dump some of our inventory, not required for the ritual, just a heads up there, we're just gonna do it because our inventory is a bit of a mess right now, and then we're gonna grab a lever real quick. I'm gonna go find myself an aura node, and I'll meet you guys when we get there. Okay, so where my goggles are revealing, aura nodes are really easy to spot, and we're going to go ahead and move this one over here, and the way we're going to do it is we're going to put the teleposer underneath, like so. We're going to put the actual teleposition focus that we linked to the other teleposer in here, like so, and then we're going to stick a lever on it, shift left click, I guess, to put the lever on it, and then boom, it moved. And now, if we go ahead and get rid of this guy, and we got all the stuff we did, and we quickly fly back over to our base, which is not too far away. Bearing in mind, we are going to have to move the position of the teleposer before we can move another aura node, which we're definitely going to do because we want as many aura nodes as we can possibly get in our base, which is going to be freaking awesome once we get it set up. But if we go ahead and enter our house again and look down in our little room, you'll never guess what we're going to find. Boom, look at that. We have our very own aura node just sat here waiting for whatever use we want, which is pretty freaking awesome. What I'm going to go ahead and do between episodes is run around and get ourselves a few more aura nodes so we can kind of fill this area around us here. But the next thing we're going to do is make this even better. And the way we're going to do that is by making ourselves a wand recharging pedestal. So if we jump back into the Thaumanomicon over here, and we take a look down in Thaumaturgy, I've done a bit of research between the end of last episode and this episode to unlock the wand recharging pedestal. Now, in order to get this research, you have to do this one down here, the node stabilizer. Don't think you have to do advanced node stabilizer, but I did do it anyway. Not quite sure you need to do it, and I wouldn't bother. You do need infusion crafting, so you have to have done this research down here, and you also have to have done this stuff, advanced node tapping, master node tapping, and node preserver. All of these researches, fairly easy to do. Just thought I'd tell you because it took me forever to figure out which researches we needed to complete in order to get this thing, but now we've got it, we can make it. So in order to make the let's try that again. In order to make the wand recharge pedestal, we need to do an arcane infusion recipe with gold, 2 diamonds, an arcane pedestal, and a primal charm. The primal charm is made using 1 of each type of shard, 2 gold, and a balanced shard, which is made by putting any shard into the crucible with pretty much every other aspect in there as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab pretty much 1 of each shard. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of most of the blood magic stuff because we're pretty much done with blood magic for this episode. Let's put all that in there, clear up a bit of space. The wireless redstone goes well, we don't really need that just yet. And I'm going to grab 1 of each of these. Actually, what do they have in them? That has 2 air. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so I'm going to only need, I think, 1 of each of these. But we'll grab 2 air. I guess air will be the one that we're going to throw in at the end. We'll take all of those. We are going to need a bucket of water, so let's go ahead and grab a bucket real quick, fill it up with water using our magical unlimited water source. Thank you very much. And we'll just throw that into the crucible again, and we should be pretty much good to go. So you can go in there, and then all we'll do is we'll throw in 1 of you. And that just didn't work. I think now it's ready. 1 of you, there we go. 1 of you, 1 of you, 1 of you, 1 of you, and then finally 1 of you. Ta-da! We got ourselves a balance shard. Nice. And again, I'm going to get rid of this real quick. There we go. Didn't get any tint, which I'm very happy about, but we do have a balance shard now, so we should be able to make ourselves, what was it now? The Primal Charm. It's made in an arcane workbench, so we are going to need to take it over to the arcane workbench area. But let's grab some gold, and I think this thing requires like 25 of each essence to make. Yeah, it does, my goodness. Thankfully, our wand is full, so we should be pretty much good to go. We have 50 of each aspect in our wand already, so we'll go boom, boom, stick you in the middle there, and then get one of each shard. Now, I'm assuming it probably does matter in which order you put these in. Unfortunately, so we'll take one of each of these, then we'll take a look at the recipe again and see if we can get them in the right order. And once we've got that, we're pretty much good to go on the whole wand pedestal thing. Let's take a quick look. Air, fire, water, earth, order, let me see this. Entropy? Entropy, yeah, okay, that's right. Air, fire, water, earth, order, entropy? Yes, that gets us a primal charge. Nice. Okay, so the final stage. We need another arcane pedestal, and that thing should be fairly easy to make. It's just a bunch of arcane stone bricks, which is just stone surrounded by, surrounding a shard. So let's grab a bunch of stone, which we should have. Actually, I did. There we go. Yep, we do have some. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll take 8 of those, and we'll grab ourselves shelves. We'll grab ourselves what? I said it again. We'll grab ourselves one more shard. My goodness, I'm losing my ability to speak. We'll throw that in there. Get ourselves one of these. Make ourselves one of those. Thank you very much. And then the pedestal needs to go in the middle, like I think, like so. All right. I am. We need this guy over here, 2 diamonds, and then a gold. Yeah, 2 diamonds and a gold. That should be fairly easy. Gold we have. We'll stick that down. I was going to say, actually, we can go ahead and fill this up now, can't we? We have our last pedestal. Put that there, like so. And then the diamonds. Let's have a look. We have 3 left, so it looks like we are just going to have enough to finish up this episode here. We'll put 1 there. And we'll put 1 over here. And then finally, of course, we need the aspects to come from the jars. And in order to get this thing to work, we need 10 aurum. 15 permutatio, and 15 procantia. I apologize again if I'm pronouncing those wrong in any way. I probably am. Thankfully, it's only a minor chance of instability, so hopefully nothing will go wrong, hopefully. Aurum, the first one's a bit of a pain to find, and really it's only found inside of these, what are they called now? Inside of, I don't think I'm going to be able to find out what they're called, actually. Let's see, can I figure this out? Can I figure out what they're called? Oh, I might just have to flick through this thing and see if I can spot them. These guys here. The ethereal essence, or any kind of ethereal essence. Let's grab a few of those essence. We do have 1 more, I think. Yes, we do. Each of these contain 2, so that's 2, 4, 6. The only way I believe to get these is to break an aura node, so I think we are going to have to go ahead and break another aura node out in the wild somewhere to get that. And then for the other 2, let's have a look here. Cinnabar is super easy to get. And then finally, was it Procantia? Procantia, I think we already have enough. Yeah, we already have 15 Procantia. So, let's grab some Cinnabar. We need, I believe, 15, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a quick look here. 15, yep. I think each one of these contains maybe 2, if I'm right. Oh, did we not scan this? Oh, we did, yeah, 2. So, we need 8 of those inside this little guy. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There we go. We'll throw that in there. He's going to go ahead and sort those out. If we were to go ahead and throw some fuel in, which we will do right about now, you can go in there. And then whilst he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and break another aura node or 2, and I'll be back in a second. So, once we've got some more of this ethereal essence, we'll go ahead and throw 5 of those in there. That should turn into all of the 10 aurum that we need. Not quite sure how to pronounce that, but hopefully that's somewhere near right. And then we should be good to go. We should be pretty much good to go after that. So we'll just wait for this guy to finish up there. We have 16 of the instrument. No, it's not instrumentum. It's, oh, I don't know. I need to learn these essence names. Because I have actually essential names. I need to learn the lingo for Thaumcraft just in general. Oh, geez. Let's have a look. Permutatio is what we need to learn. 50. I think there's 55 aspects in total. So there are a lot of names to learn in this mod. But this thing should be pretty quick to be done here, and then we should be good to go. We'll just right-click on that. Everything should move in. Nothing should break. I'm going to make sure we have an extra diamond and some extra gold on me just in case. We don't have an extra charm here, so we can't have an extra one of those, unfortunately, but we are good to go. So let's grab our wand, and let's get the magic going. Let's see. Boom. Okay. There we go. It's pulling in the aurum, whatever it is. It's pulling it in. Now it's going to pull in the Procantio. I know that one. That one's getting pulled in. Next is the Permutatio. It tells me at the top there. I don't even know why I looked in the Thaumonomicon. Wheeler does tell me there. Pulling that in. Everything's good. Everything's good. This is where the instability might happen. Preferably not with this guy, the charm. That would be terrible. Okay, diamond 1, gold's in. Diamond 1's going in. It's in. Okay, charm's going in. It's in. Diamond's going in. And it's done. Look at that. Boom. 1 recharge pedestal. And this thing is pretty awesome. We can stick it down like that. And you'll see our wand here. This is what? This is an aqua and an ignis node. If we have a look here, we have 25 out of 50 ignis and 26.25 out of 50 aqua. And if we were to go ahead and stick it down just like that, it's going to go ahead and pull. If you look there at the top, you can kind of see it. It's going to go ahead and pull all of its required SeNtiMeL out of this node. It will not empty this node, so don't worry. We'll stop at 1 if needs be. But once we've got this room filled with nodes, we can just, when we run out, if anything, we can just come in here, stick it down on this pedestal, and it's going to fill up any aspect that it needs, which is pretty freaking awesome, if you ask me. It's going to make Thaumcraft so much easier in the future. So, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and make a few more Teleposer trips and get a few more aura nodes in this room, hopefully with each aspect all set up, so we should be good to go from now on. But with that, guys, I'm going to end the episode there. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to like. It helps out a lot. Leave a comment if you feel like you need to leave a comment. It also helps out a lot. And I will see you guys next time.